Okay, Assalamualaikum to Dr. Arsalan. Today, me and my partner will present our individual assignment, which is assignment 1, which is case study and its summaries and analysis of companies that are affected by COVID-19 pandemic. So the first case study summaries, the title of the case study is Transformational and Transactional Leadership and Salesperson Performance by Scott B. McKenzie, Philip N. Potsakoff, and Gregory A. Rich. Okay, the author talks about the impact of transformational and transactional leader behaviors on the sales performance and organizational citizenship behaviors of salesperson, as well as the mediating role played by trust and role ambiguity in that process. Transactional leader behaviors involve an exchange between the leader and followers, such that the leader provides rewards in return for the subordinates' effort. For transformational leader behaviors, there are 6 key classes of transformational leadership behaviors, which is articulating a vision, providing an appropriate model, for example, leading by example, fostering the acceptance of group goals, having high performance expectations, providing individualized support, and providing intellectual stimulation. Studies findings show that transformational leader behaviors enhance the impact of transactional leader behaviors on a number of mediators and criteria variables, proving that the core idea that transformational leader behaviors motivate followers to go above and beyond the call of duty. Second case studies, the title is Developing Leaders, examining the role of transactional and transformational leadership across context business by Michael B. Hargis, John D. Watt, and Chris Piotrowski. The authors stressing that effective leadership has long been acknowledged as a key predictor of organizational growth and success in a variety of settings, including profit-driven business, amateur and professional sports, religious organizations, and military units. One of the most popular techniques to determining leadership effectiveness is to look at transformational leadership behaviors and leadership development programs. Transformational leaders are described as being capable of motivating followers to transcend their self-interest to accomplish collective goals. This study indicates that transformational leadership behaviors are critically important when considering team cohesion and team potency or efficacy and leader effectiveness. While transformational leadership is still crucial for task performance and additional effort, transactional leadership behaviors become extremely relevant. Okay, so next I will pass to my partner.
Okay, I will explain the next case study for the role of transformational and transactional leadership in creating, sharing, and exploiting organizational knowledge. This by Scott E. Bryan in the Journal of Leadership and Organizational Studies in January 2003. Okay, for brief, understanding how leadership transform knowledge into competitive advantage is critical to our understanding of leader and organizational. The author focused to exploring the impact of transformational and transactional leadership on organizational knowledge. The author examines the relationship between leadership and three major organizational knowledge, which is process creating, sharing, and utilizing information, and conclude the organization can effectively manage knowledge by employing both transformational and transactional leadership approach. Next, transformational leadership is better at developing and sharing knowledge at the individual and group levels, while transactional leadership is better at utilizing information at the corporate level. Next, leaders have a critical role in development of culture, process, and institution that promote the production, sharing, and cultivation of knowledge. Okay, the next case study, leveraging transformational and transactional leadership to cultivate the generation of organization-focused idea. By Dick Dishman and Daan Estem in the Journal of Leadership in April 2015. In this journal, the author focused to examine whether and how transformational and transactional leadership moderate by leader organizational identification have an indirect influence or organization focused idea generation by followers. The findings show that transformational leadership has a major impact only when it is activated by leadership organizational identity. Furthermore, this finding that transactional leadership is mediated through follower commitment to the ideation program has a favorable impact on the number of organization focused ideas generated by employers. Lastly, transformational and transactional leadership are equally important in encouraging employees to generate ideas that move the organization forward. Okay, next I will pass to okay, I will continue next. Our group choose the Asia company. Okay, I will state the Asia company problem. The first problem that Asia company faced during pandemic COVID-19 is loss of profit. This happened because during pandemic COVID-19, every country run a national recovery plan, which is movement control order. In this time, the people in every country just stay at home and only leader or head of household allowed leave their house to buy essentials. Because of that, the company of air transportation are the one of company that affect during pandemic COVID-19. So all company or air transportation had to bear a lot loss until there was a company that went bankrupt. The second problem is Asia company had to retrench many employees. In early June 2020, Asia reduced more than 250 of their employers of its staff due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This happened because Asia company was not able to cover operation costs due to suffer a lot of loss. Asia company retrenched employees to save costs from salary and remuneration. When Asia see a downward trend in revenue, it makes sense that they will think about how to cut costs and reduce losses while they still have a fighting chance. The third problem is Asia company also face a declining in employee productivity due to MCO or PKP during pandemic COVID-19. During pandemic COVID-19, Asia company had to cut off many staff for stay survive industry. That COVID-19 has had a profound impact on the workplace is beyond dispute. And lastly, the problem is strict travel regulation is also Asia company's problem. During pandemic COVID-19, social distancing measures as well as with the spread quarantines have affected tourism very badly and thus resulting in this airline company suffering from the brink of collapse. Despite the relaxation of travel restriction in some nations, demand for air travel service continue decline. As a result, companies like Asia have had to adjust the new international travel norms. The new environment is very challenging for Asia, and this is because of various new requirements and regulation imposed upon the air travel industry. Okay, next I will pass to Adli.
Okay, I will continue with the part how AirAsia sustain in the market. Okay, first their strategy is adapt with new environment. AirAsia opt to focus on expanding its digital and other non-passenger airline business in order to face the challenges of running an airline service business amid a worldwide pandemic. AirAsia already got competitive advantage since they were in the low-cost airlines business that makes them so popular, and for sure they have lots of data, coupled with the foresight to transform their digital ecosystem. which gave the company a significant advantage over its competitors when the pandemic unexpectedly struck in 2020. Second strategy, focusing on their main destination. Since COVID-19 pandemic hit around the world, there are some places that AirAsia faces big losses, while some are just small loss. AirAsia is now focusing the region where they are not heavily affected. Majority of their international markets, there are also tourism hotspots such as Thailand, Korea, Indochina, Taiwan, and Singapore are handling very well with the pandemic, and there are high possibilities that these countries will reopen their border first and loosen bit their travel regulations. Third strategy, restructuring. AirAsia went through some restructuring and was able to reduce the cash expenses by 50%. As part of the financing and to increase liquidity, AirAsia applied loans and financial assistance in operating countries. This was rather an unfortunate step to be taken, especially when the employees lost their jobs. The chief executive said that the group had to take such decisions to minimize costs. The management and senior employees volunteered to reduce their salaries from the range of 15% to 100%. Okay, that's all from me and my partner. Thank you.
Kau rasa sampai 15